Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Zinne Njoku. I'm a student in Miss Williams' third period class, and I post videos here on YouTube about genetic disorders. Today's video is all about cystic fibrosis. Cystic fibrosis is a genetic disorder in which there is a defect in the CFTR gene. This CFTR gene makes a protein that controls the movement of salt and water in and out of your body cells. People with a defect or mutation in their CFTR gene will have cystic fibrosis. These people will experience a buildup of thick, sticky mucus in their airways, many respiratory and digestive problems, as well as having salty skin. If you'd like to learn more about this topic, just keep on watching. Symptoms for this disorder vary from person to person, but the earliest signs do show at a very early age. One of the symptoms include having salty skin. When you kiss a baby and their skin tastes really salty, this is a sign of cystic fibrosis. Another sign we see in newborns is when they don't pass as much stool as a normal child should. Signs that we see as the newborn advances onto childhood is if they have poor weight gain, as well as having delayed growth. Other symptoms show as the person gets older. This includes having lung infections, problems with the digestive system, and problems with the respiratory system. One of the biggest symptoms for cystic fibrosis is the buildup of thick, sticky mucus in the person's airways. This is what causes many problems for them. One treatment for this disorder is airway clearance. Airway clearance uses airway clearance techniques, or ACT, in order to loosen the thick, sticky mucus built up in a person's airways. ACT loosens up the mucus so that it can be coughed up or huffed out. Clearing the airways is really important because it decreases the chances of lung infections as well as improving the lungs' function. Another treatment is cystic fibrosis transmembrane conductance regulator, or CPTR modulator therapies. They are designed to correct the function of the defective protein made by the gene. Another type of treatment is called chest physical therapy, or CPT, and it's also called chest clapping. It involves the pounding of your chest and back over and over again with your hands or another device in order to loosen up the mucus in your lungs. Other treatments include exercise or antibiotics prescribed by a person's doctor, and if a person's disease is severe enough, they can get a lung transplant. Currently, there is no cure for cystic fibrosis. This is because it is a genetic disorder. That means the problem is with the person's DNA, which cannot just be changed. But there are many treatments that can help people with the disorder, so it can ease the symptoms and help the person live a better life even though they have this disorder. Every person inherits 2 CFTR genes, one from each parent. If you inherit 2 normal CFTR genes, you will not have the disease or disorder. If you inherit 1 faulty CFTR gene and 1 normal one, you will be a CF carrier. This means that you do not have any symptoms of the disorder, but you can still pass it down. If you inherit 2 faulty CFTR genes, then you will have the disorder. This means that the CFTR gene is recessive. Cystic fibrosis is a very rare disorder. There are only about 30,000 people in the US living with the disorder. Worldwide, there are only about 70,000. Every year, there are about 1,000 new cases. the disorder is more prevalent in Caucasians. There are every year, about 1 in 2,500 to 3,500 Caucasian newborns have the disorder, whereas every 1 in 17,000 African American children have the disorder. The outlooks for people with cystic fibrosis has improved dramatically over the years. This is largely due to the advances in treatment. Today, many people with cystic fibrosis live up to their 40s and 50s, and some even live up to their 60s. But still, the average lifespan for a person with cystic fibrosis is up to 37 or 38 years. I don't believe the person's family that has cystic fibrosis is really affected much, because the person doesn't really have a lot of limitations and they're still like a normal person. But at the same time, they still require so many treatments in order for them to live a normal life, as well as they do have a shorter lifespan than like a normal person. So I feel like those things do affect the family. What I learned about cystic fibrosis is that although it is a very rare disorder, there are many people that are carriers for it, meaning they can pass it on. Although there are 30,000 people in the US that have it, there are over 10 million people that are carriers for it. I just find that really interesting, as well as that cystic fibrosis is like, it's more of an inconvenience to me. Well, maybe like the mild stages of cystic fibrosis are like a huge inconvenience, and that I feel really bad for people that have it, because it's something that can go from like just causing you to have like bad breathing problems and like hurting your growth and development, to something that can like lead into greater problems as you get older, which would require something as drastic as a lung transplant. And yeah, so I think cystic fibrosis is a very serious disorder, although it is kind of rare. And that is all for today's video, y'all. Make sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more genetic disorder videos. I love all of you, and I'll see you next week. Bye!
I guess we all gotta grow up. I'm just an icon living. Start a record label, Miss Fish just did it. Whoa. Interview, cover 5 minutes. Whoa.